we need to generate, solutions for those students who are not so good in studies. हो सकता है उनका लॉजिकल और लिंग्विस्टिक इंटेलिजेंस अच्छा ना हो, काइनेस्थेटिक अच्छा हो, इंटरपर्सनल अच्छा हो, इंट्रापर्सनल अच्छा हो, नेचुरलिस्टिक अच्छा हो, स्पिरिचुअल अच्छा हो। हर किसी के इंडिविजुअल डिफरेंस से जब हम उसको अपनाना शुरू करेंगे, हम बच्चे से कनेक्ट कर पाएंगे।
Education is what remains after you've forgotten what you were taught in school. Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Seema Chhoriya, and I welcome you all to a brand new episode on Great Principles. Joining me in conversation is my very thoughtful educator of the day, Mr. Badal Singh. He is principal of Delhi Public School, Lagma, Sitamarhi, Bihar. Welcome to Great Principles, sir. We are very honored to have you with us today.
Thank you so much, Ms. Seema. It's really a great honor and privilege to be with you in this conversation, and I hope for a great conversation together.
Looking forward for the same, and I'm sure that there is a lot of things that we are going to unveil today and a lot of learnings that we are going to get. So let us begin about knowing you. Let us know a little more about you, how you started, what was your once upon a time, and what inspired you to start your journey in education sector.
Okay, so basically, my schooling is from one of the renowned school of the country, that is Sainik School, Godakal. And before that, I was studying in my village. I am from a place called Ghaziabad, and in Ghaziabad, I stay in a village called Noorpur. So I prepared for Sainik School. I cleared all India Sainik School entrance examination, and from a complete Hindi medium school, I joined Sainik School Ghodakhal, and Sainik School Ghodakhal is something which is entire English medium school. So in the initial, from class 5, I joined there in class 6. Till class 5, we were not knowing even ABCD of English. Right. In UP board or somewhere, they used to teach us English after sixth class. So I find it very difficult to cooperate to cope up with the education style in Sainik school. But it is the blessings of my teachers, their guidance, which actually lift me up from that background to a level where today I am at the head of a school. So from there only I got an inspiration to educate the society. What I have received myself from where I have been. I am always, respect to my parents for the kind of education they have given me. Whatever I am today is because of my education, right? And I feel proud also that I am contributing something to the society with the help of this education only. So my first motivation comes from there only, from my school teachers, because I show myself. मैंने अपने आप को देखा था कि मैं किस तरीके से गांव से एक प्राइमरी पाठशाला से उठ के आया था, और आपको मैं अगर बताऊं तो मैं क्लास 6 में सैनिक स्कूल में फेल हो गया था बिकॉज ऑफ इंग्लिश, नॉट नोइंग अबाउट इंग्लिश एंड ऑल, राइट। फिर मेरे फादर ने, मेरे अंकल ने, मेरे प्रिंसिपल ने मुझे इंस्पायर किया कि डू नॉट लूज होप, यू कैन डू दैट। एंड आफ्टर दैट, आई टॉप इन क्लास 10, देन आई got cleared NDA also, UPSC also. That is all because of my teachers. So those are the real inspirations for me. Secondly, when I did my BTech, I am basically professional engineer, electronics and communication. So when I got placed after my engineering, so I started teaching the nearby students free of cost and all, because I love teaching. That time also there was a person from ex Air Force, he saw me, उन्होंने मुझे देखा कि किस तरीके से I am helping the students around. तो उन्होंने मुझे अपने स्कूल में ज्वाइन होने का एक ऑप्शन दिया कि आप जो है एक इंडस्ट्रियल वर्ल्ड में यू आर वर्किंग, यू शुड ऑप्ट इन द एजुकेशन फील्ड। किसी कारणवश आई कुड नॉट ज्वाइन डिफेंस फोर्सेस, तो मेरा एक ड्रीम भी रहा कि मैं अपना खुद का एक स्कूल खोलूं जिसमें मैं बच्चों को वो एजुकेशन दे सकूं, अंडर प्रिविलेज बच्चों को, जो मैंने खुद ली है। So that kind of school environment I thought. तो वो हमारे जो उमेश चंद्र सुंटा सर हैं, उन्होंने मुझे इंस्पायर किया टू बी अ टीचर, टू बी एन एजुकेटर एंड टू बी अ यू नो एक चेंज मेकर, राइट। एंड ही ऑलवेज सेज कि बिना सोसाइटी को एजुकेट किए हुए आप डेवलपमेंट नहीं ला सकते। Secondly, I am privileged to work with few of the people like Umesh sir and Rajnikanta Bistman. She has been a very good principal to me, and she taught me a lot of things. So there are people, I feel myself blessed. There are people around me who taught me about how we need to deal with the students, how we need to run a school, what education actually means for the students. So I feel myself blessed to be the people around who everybody inspired me to be a educator and a teacher.
वाह! सर आपकी जर्नी से बहुत कुछ सीखने के लिए है, एंड इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू एक्सेप्ट द फेलियर। आपने बहुत ऑनेस्टली एक पब्लिक प्लेटफॉर्म पे बताया कि सिक्स स्टैंडर्ड में आई फ्लंक्ड एंड स्टिल देयर वर पीपल हु सपोर्टेड मी टू गेट अप एंड मूव अगेन। सो दिस इज अ ट्रू इंस्पिरेशन। वी ऑल नीड टू लर्न फ्रॉम आवर फेलियर because it all depends on us whether we can just keep crying that we have fallen back or get up and fight and show that where we can reach. So this is the power which gives. And as you rightly said that you were begin your beginning was from Hindi medium and then you started with English. So this is not your story, this is the story of so many people around us. क्योंकि हम सबके लिए इंग्लिश एक ग्लोबल लैंग्वेज है, यस इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट टू लर्न, बट नाउ वी आर सीइंग दैट चेंज with NEP coming in. There is a lot of buzz around that emphasis should be given in regional languages. And I was very fortunate to interact with Mr. Sudipta Tagore, a very renowned educationist. He was the one who guided me कि कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, मैं खुद रीजनल लैंग्वेज में सीखा हूँ, and today he is an English teacher and he's teaching foreign nationals. So this is the power of our own mother tongue, the power of regional language, that we should be expert in that first. So wonderful thoughts, sir. And I think your journey is truly an inspiration for many of us to learn. So now we move ahead in our conversation. So, sir, like I was just talking about how Mr. Sudrita moved ahead and started teaching to foreign nations. I would like to know from you, जैसे कि हमको पता भी है, our country ranks somewhere around, in low five when you talk about the education ranking of the world. So, what is your thought? How would you suggest that our educational system should come at par with other developed nations?
Okay, if I talk about education, so there is a saying by Mahatma Gandhi, which we read in our beard also, that education is something which nurture the individual, which can help him or her in his livelihood. So that is what we accept. Education is something which gives a skill to the individual, a critical thinking, a decision making ability, so that वो अपना जो जीवन है वो अच्छे से यापन कर सके, अच्छे से जो, because as I said, what I am today is because of my education. And in India education is very important, right? So it must be in such a way that it should help the individual to grow, right? It should not be like he or she is taking the education just for a selfish purpose or something like केवल पढ़ना है तो पढ़ लिया. That should not be there. It The education must be growth होनी चाहिए उसके उसमें, और it should be like he should use that particular education for his livelihood also. The If I compare the education system, like you talked about ranking in the education system. So if I talked about the top five, like number one is US, then UK, then Germany, Finland, and Netherlands. They are the best, people, the countries around which has the best education system. So if we compare the education system of these developed country and India, so first and foremost, which I feel like being around 12 to 13 years in this education system, number one, what I feel like is the curriculum. In India, what I feel, the theory portion is more rather than the practical work, right? People or the students, they are, learning through rote memorization. They are running behind the books. Okay, I was listening to one conversation on one video it was there, which was talking about the education system in Germany. So they have practical knowledge. They do not have any kind of book system up to class 4 or like that. They, develop the character of the individual. So Indian education system, the curriculum must be designed on more practical basis. Like we have seen the changes in NEP. NEP में हमने देखा है कि इस चीज पे बहुत ज्यादा फोर्स दी गई है कि बच्चे को जो है आपको बुकिश नॉलेज ज्यादा नहीं जाना है, यू हैव टू गो विद लर्निंग बाय डूइंग. बट उसमें भी एक चीज क्या आती है कि वी हैव मोर रूरल एरिया देन द अर्बन सिटीज. क्या वो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन पॉसिबल हो पाएगा, या वो इफेक्टिवली इम्प्लीमेंट हो पाएगा या नहीं हो पाएगा. वी हैव द एरियाज इन, आई हैव वर्कड विद Mallikarjun Group School, which has total 8 schools. I headed them, and it is in Uttarakhand. और वो धारचूला जो नेपाल से एकदम जुड़ा हुआ जगह है, वहां पे भी उसका एक स्कूल है जहां पर किसी भी नेटवर्क की अवेलेबिलिटी नहीं. तो अगर आप कोडिंग सिखाने की बात करते हैं, एक डिजिटल इंडिया की बात करते हैं, तो इसमें क्या वो इफेक्टिवली इम्प्लीमेंटेशन हो पाएगा, दैट इज अ बिग क्वेश्चन. क्या हम गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स, जिनकी हालत आप देखते हैं किस तरीके से पब्लिसाइज होती है, जगह जगह पे दिखाई जाती हैं, राइट, तो क्या इज इट एनईपी कैन बी इम्प्लीमेंटेड इफेक्टिवली, दैट इज अ क्वेश्चन टू थिंक. Second point which I consider, like vocational education. इंडिया में जो है आप देखिए केवल 3 से 4 कैरियर के अलावा किसी चीज की बात नहीं होती है. आप इंजीनियर बन जाइए, आप डॉक्टर बन जाइए, या आप डिफेंस में चले जाइए, या अपना बिजनेस कर लीजिए. इन 4 चीजों के अलावा पांचवी चीज की बात ही नहीं होती. क्यों नहीं होती है? क्योंकि इंफॉर्मेशन ही नहीं है, जानकारी नहीं है लोगों को. दे डू नॉट नो अबाउट व्हाट इज वोकेशनल एजुकेशन इज. बट इफ यू टॉक अबाउट डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज, आफ्टर क्लास 4th it is compulsory to have one vocational subject as compulsory, whether it they do not have the people like gardener or electrician. In US there is no gardener, no electrician, no plumber. The people himself, they have to do their work. वहां पर कोई प्लम्बिंग या इलेक्ट्रिशियन का काम नहीं करता. व्यक्ति खुद अपने घर में जो है इलेक्ट्रिक काम करता है, एंड दे आर सपोर्टिंग दैट ऑल्सो. हमारे यहाँ पर मान लिया किसी ने क्लास 10th के बाद कोई शॉप ज्वाइन कर ली, शॉप किसी मॉल में एक सेल्समैन की तरह लग गया, तो पीपल ओवर हेयर दे स्टार्ट थिंकिंग कि वो तो सेल्समैन का काम कर रहा है. वेयर एज if you compare with the developed countries, it is necessary, it is compulsory for them to opt for a job, whether it is a salesman or at a some mall it is there, at a cafeteria it is there. So they have to do that, and they see this thing with the same eyes. So that is also one of the reason why education system is going behind. Third thing is infrastructure, right, which I already told also. जैसा मैंने बताया गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स का जो हाल है, और मुझे नहीं लगता कि भाई when you are have a certain budget, you should raise the budget, okay. And why the government is not following up. हम फॉलो अप क्यों नहीं लेते हैं किसी चीज का? जब चीज हमने किसी को दी है, we should follow why this is not happening. We have administration people around, they should go for regular checkups, why they are not doing, right? So infrastructure is also a very big thing where the education system is lacking behind in India. Fourth thing which I think is, as I said, we generally talk about taking only science stream. We do not talk about art stream, commerce stream. What are the benefits, what are the job options for that? People are running behind. The entire coaching system has been generated in India, that you have to do coaching, then only you will get. And the big stars, they are promoting coachings. Why? Means we are promoting on a single stream, only science, physics, chemistry, bio, physics, chemistry. We are not talking about accountancy. You can be something else also, you can be doing this. So there is an environment on which we are focusing with a single stream. We should look all the, हमें सारे के सारे subjects एक ही नजर से देखने पड़ेंगे, तभी उस particular चीज में improvement आ सकता है. Last, which I think is like affordability is also not there, right? in that video which I am talking about, in Germany, the higher education, there is no tuition fees. Why? Because government is giving subsidy to the universities, right? But in India, if you think, subsidies are not given. Higher education is very costly here. I was reading in the newspaper that JNU has also increased its fees. IIT has also raised the fees just double or so much. So the people, those who are thinking of getting admission over there, those who are not capable of giving that much amount of tuition fees. So that is also one reason that affordability of good education is also not there in India. So we should, subsidize the things to universities. We should give help. The taxpayer people must, come in front and they should help. Similarly, the higher education people, they must also involve with the school environment. What I think, because higher education वालों के पास R&D डिपार्टमेंट अच्छा है, उनके पास लेबोरेटरी अच्छी है, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर अच्छा है, दे मस्ट कम टू द स्कूल 11th 12th बच्चों की, उनको काउंसलिंग करनी चाहिए, बताना चाहिए कि हमें क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है, आपको किस सब्जेक्ट में कैसे तरीके से, दैट इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि हायर इंस्टीट्यूट्स के जो लोग हैं दे शुड पैच अप विद द और दे शुड टाई अप विद द स्कूल्स, राइट. एंड लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, दैट इज टीचर्स ट्रेनिंग इज एक्सट्रीमली इंपॉर्टेंट. जब तक हमारा टीचर अच्छे से ट्रेंड नहीं होगा, वो नीचे आपका फिल्टर नहीं करेगा. A teacher should be, it should be a visionary. He or she should have a vision. क्योंकि इंडिया में क्या है, अगर कुछ नहीं किया तो टीचर बन जाओ. This is the thought process the people has. I have seen,
Yeah.
I am going through, I am going through in a day 10 to 12 interviews I am going through. I am taking the interviews for, the different sections. And I am finding that people, their profile, when I see, यहाँ क्यों नहीं गए सर, नहीं हो पाया तो मैं इसके लिए अप्लाई कर रहा हूँ. मीन्स दोज what kind of result they will give. जब वो उसी माइंडसेट से नहीं आ रहा है, when your profession and passion is not combined, how the result you can expect it? You cannot expect the result. So teachers training is important. Their vision has to be important. They have to understand, teacher have to understand कि अगर पेरेंट ने हमारे पास अपना बच्चा भेजा है तो ये मेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, ये मेरी जिम्मेदारी है कि वो कुछ सीख के जाए, कुछ लेके जाए. So that is very important. So I think these are the few points on which we need to work in Indian education system so that it can be, lifted up with a good hope and good expectations.
Badal, so you have given us a food for thought that what all needs to be done, where all we need to, work upon, and where all we went wrong. But yes, I'm happy on one front that at least something is happening. Government has taken a step. They have, designed this very visionary policy called
Yes.
NEP. Yes, आपने जो pointers उठाए difficult कि बहुत difficult है इसको implement करना. Have you ever thought of कि rural areas में कैसे करेंगे जहाँ technology नहीं है, वहाँ पे हम सब कैसे implement करेंगे? But change हमेशा difficult होता है. And I think that when people join together, that is the most powerful force. So when we all join together with a common agenda of uplifting the education, that is when something can happen. So I'm very proud to be a part of this change, and I'm sure that each one of us hearing today will contribute in their own way to make education system at par with developed nation. So this is what I can say. Rather than we all just thinking about that this should be done, that should be done. Why not? Let's just step in. Sir is doing his bit by trying to give the quality education to the students. Let us all also take inspiration from him and do our bit also. So, on this wonderful note of being the part of the change, we have reached the very interesting segment of the show. This is called Rapid Fire Round, sir. Here you have to answer me
Okay.
in one word or one sentence would do. All right.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
here comes my very first question to you. And my question says, are you a movie
Rapid
buff?
fire
Yeah.
is
Sorry.
rapid fire is always, it gives you goosebumps.
So are you all ready, or should I just give you some little time to prepare for it?
No, no, definitely,
Because
definitely.
it's completely impromptu. All right, so are you a movie buff? Do you like Bollywood movies?
I am a movie buzz, and I used to see, lots of movies, but not of Bollywood. I love to watch science fiction, the thrillers, and I love Marvels and all.
So sci-fi is your style, all right?
Yes.
What do you do when you're not working?
Uh, I just explore the things around.
So in what way do you explore the things?
Like on mobile, mobile surfing is there, and my favorite pastime is watching movie only. When I am free, I love to watch the movies and all.
So we would like to know which is your favorite movie.
I love Marvel series. I love,
Yeah,
and
you do.
during my childhood, I used to love Harry Potter. And I have seen. I don't think so. Okay, I have missed any of the series from Marvel, from DC, from any kind of Star Wars and all. I have watched everything.
Tell us something about you which many people would not know.
Would not know.
Yeah.
That maybe many people that those may not be knowing, because I am not so much of social. um, you know I'm slightly introvert. I'm not so much extrovert, or I do not go into the open kind of things so early, right?
Okay.
I used to be reserved. That is one thing, right? And through my look also, many of the people think, yeah, we should not talk, and so that I got a compliments.
Well, I don't think so, sir, at all. All right. Moving ahead to my next question. Practical education or vocational trainings or theoretical examination? What do you think should be the right pattern to assess a student?
It is better to have a combination of all these three. How?
Perfect.
That is very important. Theoretical examination, when you explain any concept, it should go with the first thing, that is practical, right? Whenever you are teaching any infrastructure, whenever you are teaching any concept, it should have a practical example, right? Second, vocational basically resembles how it is going to help you. So that should be combined, and the assessment should be in theory, that how much you have known to it. So all those three helps in an individual to develop.
Okay. Wonderful. And I think that's a perfect answer. That should be the blend of all the three. Moving ahead to my next question.
Yes.
What is the skill that you acquired during pandemic?
I learned many of the online teaching platforms how to teach. I have my own YouTube channel which I started in this online pandemic only, and that I taught physics to the many of the students free of cost. So that is what I acquired.
Wonderful. Moving ahead to my last question. What is the sport that you like to play?
You will be amazed to know that I can play all the sports. I have been a national player for basketball, and I can play football, cricket, badminton, volleyball, handball to a level which I can show to others.
Wow. So we have a multifaceted personality in front of us. He's a sports
Yeah, I
person.
am. I
He's a
am.
YouTuber
I am a
also.
president gold medalist. I am a president gold medalist in NCC also. I represented Republic Day parade on 26 January. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, that president, he awarded me with the best cadet in NCC.
Wow. Wonderful, sir. It's really great to know you, because that is the beauty of this rapid fire round. We get to know so much about the person which we are not even aware. So, just last question. What do you do to maintain your physical health?
Nowadays, so I'm not doing, could not, it is not possible for me to go in, anything like that. But I, work upon my diet. I, because I myself is very conscious with the diet. So I usually work upon my diet. I avoid sweets and all, right, in order to, be cheerful and all. Because whole day I have to work since I reported at 7 and go to home back at 7. So I just in order to have my mind please और थोड़ा अच्छा सा रहने के लिए I work upon my diet only, and morning or evening walk में जब भी time मिलता है, and whenever I got an opportunity to play with the students, I love to play. People generally say, लोग कहते हैं प्रिंसिपल है कैसे खेल रहा है क्या है वो. I just love to play with the students, whatever they are playing. I just go into and just teach them and just enjoy with them.
Well, scenario is changing, sir. These days, many principals are coming on my show and sharing that we all play together. The students, the teacher, the principal, the management. In fact, all of us play a lot of sports together. This help us connect with students better. So it was great to know you
Yeah,
in this
they
segment, sir. Yeah.
on national days we used to have competitions between teachers and students also. Like on Children Day, on Teachers Day, on Republic Day. Those days we used to organize certain competition between staff team and teachers team, students team.
Yeah.
So that also we organize.
And it's a great way to understand how your child is reacting to a situation, how is he taking the failures, how he's working in a team. So it's a wonderful thing, and even the kids enjoy it. So it was great to know you in our rapid fire round, sir. Now we have reached to the last question of the show, which is called the expert talk question. So, sir, as you are a
Okay.
sports person also, you did well in academics, you topped a class also. So, how is this all round development, the holistic development of a child possible at school level? We would like you to throw some light on some strategies on getting this up.
Okay. If I talk about holistic development, earlier before the holistic development was considered to be the good in language and logic. Right. The concept of holistic development earlier was good in language and logic. But holistic development is a multidisciplinary education system in which a student must be aware about his physical, emotional, spiritual, intellectual things. He should be knowing about all these things. There is a topic by theory of Gardner is there. He emphasized on 9 types of intelligence for a kid. एक व्यक्ति के अंदर 9 तरीके के इंटेलिजेंस होते हैं. And what we are doing, we are focusing on two: logical and linguistic. Other 7 we have sided by. So holistic development, 3 उसके पैरामीटर्स हैं. हमें क्या होता है होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट, कैसे हो सकता है और क्यों हमें होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट चाहिए. राइट. सो क्या होता है, दैट आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू कि इट इज अ मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी एजुकेशन सिस्टम जिसमें बच्चे का फिजिकल हो गया, इंटेलेक्चुअल हो गया, सोशल हो गया, इमोशनल हो गया, और ये सारी चीजें उसको आनी चाहिए. राइट. और क्यों जरूरी है, व्हाई इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट, बिकॉज एवरी इंडिविजुअल इज यूनिक. राइट. हर किसी ना किसी में कुछ ना कुछ जो है यूनिकनेस जरूर होती है. That is the work of the school and the school teachers to identify and uplift that particular uniqueness. We need to accept each and every individual with their individual differences. हर किसी के इंडिविजुअल डिफरेंस से जब हम उसको अपनाना शुरू करेंगे, हम बच्चे से कनेक्ट कर पाएंगे. दूसरा ये है कि इसको किस तरीके से हम डेवलप कर सकते हैं. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि आज के टाइम पे हम लोग केवल मेडिकल, इंजीनियरिंग और डिफेंस फोर्सेस या एक दो और कैरियर की बात करते हैं. तो क्यों ना हम बच्चे को इस तरीके से डेवलप करें. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, आपके बच्चे ने आईआईटी क्लियर करी. राइट. इन आईआईटी जिसके 98 99% से कम आते हैं. नाउ इन दैट क्राउड, हाउ यू विल segregate yourself, how you will stand out from that crowd when you have one extracurricular with you. जब आप किसी आईआईटी में जाते हैं, वहां सब 98% वाले होंगे, सब अकेडमिशियंस बैठे हुए हैं वहां पर. लेकिन उस अकेडमिशियन में आप अपने आप को किस तरीके से अलग करेंगे, जब आप एक अच्छे ऑरेटर होंगे, जब आप एक ड्राइंग करेंगे, यूनिवर्सिटी के किसी कंपटीशन में पार्ट लेंगे, जब आप अच्छी सिंगिंग करते होंगे. फ्रॉम वेयर इट विल कम, इट विल कम फ्रॉम स्कूल. Right? They have to take part, they have to develop this skill. This is all about holistic development. पहले और आज के होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट में बहुत चेंज हो गया. पहले हम लोग कन्वेंशनल वे में जाते थे. पहले हम लोग सोचते थे बच्चा अच्छा पढ़ ले, लिख ले, बहुत है. But today it is not. You cannot survive. If I will take my own example, अगर मुझे केवल स्कूल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन और पढ़ना आता तो मैं मुझे नहीं लगता कि मैं सरवाइव कर पाता, क्योंकि मैं अपने मेरे पास टाइम मेरे पास कुछ भी नहीं होता। मैं अपना टाइम किस तरह खेल कर, अगर मुझे जब कुछ खेलना ही नहीं आता तो मैं किस तरीके से हाउ आई कैन यूज माई दैट पर्टिकुलर लीजर टाइम। So here it is very important. So how we can develop? Third thing, how we can develop it? So it can only be developed when the school, work on the extracurricular part of the, curriculum. एक करिकुलम डेवलप किया जाए स्कूल्स में, जिसमें कॉम्पिटिशन्स रखे जाएं, बच्चों को मोटिवेट किया जाए, फॉर दैट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इज रिक्वायर्ड। तो स्कूल्स को उसमें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल रहता है, क्योंकि आज के डेट में केवल पढ़ना ही सफिशिएंट नहीं है। मैं तो ये कहता हूँ, जैसे लाइक वी आर टॉकिंग, ओके, नाउ आई सपोर्टेड माय स्टूडेंट्स टेक अ कोर्स और टेक अ कैरियर विच गिव्स यू इन अर्निंग इन लेस टाइम। मैं अपने बच्चों को ये सजेस्ट करता हूँ कि आपके पास एक ऐसा कैरियर होना चाहिए जो आपको बहुत जल्दी अर्निंग दे, rather than going for a deep things and all. जैसे वॉइस ओवर आर्टिस्ट है, फॉर अ वॉइस ओवर आर्टिस्ट there are all Hollywood movies, those who are dubbing in Hindi, South movies dubbing in Hindi, cartoons are dubbing in Hindi, National Geographic Channel, Discovery, everything is dubbed in Hindi. So what it is required? Language only. You should have a better communication skill. That is all. आप एक कोर्स कर लीजिए 6 मंथ का, और आपको एक प्रोजेक्ट मिल जाएगा। यू कैन हैव लॉट्स ऑफ मनी इन दैट। सो मैं अपने बच्चों को यही गाइडेंस देता हूं कि यू शुड गो फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर कैरियर ऑप्शन, जहां पर आपको कम यू नो इन्वेस्ट करना पड़े और अर्निंग अच्छी आ जाए। That is the best thing for today's. So many, anchors we have, people around those who have. It is not necessary everybody can crack the IIT or right. So
Right, right.
we need to generate, solutions for those students who are not so good in studies. I will not say weak or poor. I will say so not so good. हो सकता है उनका लॉजिकल और लिंग्विस्टिक इंटेलिजेंस अच्छा ना हो, काइनेस्थेटिक अच्छा हो, इंटरपर्सनल अच्छा हो, इंट्रापर्सनल अच्छा हो, नेचुरलिस्टिक अच्छा हो, स्पिरिचुअल अच्छा हो। वी नीड टू सर्च दैट। दैट इज कॉल्ड होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट। उसी पे अगर हम काम करेंगे, वी नीड टू डिजाइन दैट करिकुलम। हालांकि एनईपी में हमें बहुत अच्छा सपोर्ट किया है। आई हैव गॉन थ्रू सो मेनी सेमिनार्स एंड वेबिनार्स ऑन दिस, एंड इफ वी इम्प्लीमेंट इट फोर्सफुली एंड इफ वी टुगेदर वर्क, तो बच्चे को ग्रो करने में हमें कोई डिफिकल्टी नहीं होगी। दैट इज फ्रॉम माय साइड।
Absolutely. So I think if I would sum this up, just identify every child has some or the other skills. So as an educator, it's our responsibility to identify that skill and hone that skill so that a child is
Yes.
successful in his life. As you rightly said earlier, also that education should be able to generate livelihood for you. So when we have
Yes.
identified a particular skill about a child, then he would be able to survive and fight every situation. So beautiful thoughts, sir. It was great to have you on our show. We learned a lot about how things can be implemented in the right direction and hope to see this change coming in soon. Thank you so much for your time with us. We are really honored.
Thank you, Ms. Soma. It's really a great pleasure, and I express my heartfelt gratitude to you and your team for conducting such a wonderful, interviews. And I have gone through your many other interviews also, and I have seen you are doing great work. Keep working hard. Keep doing the same great works. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.